YouTube, Dark Magician of Team Sorcerers here, and I'm going to be talking about what would happen if Red Eyes Black Dragon was my favourite card instead of Dark Magician. Now, although it's not as powerful as Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon and gets shafted when it comes to support, unlike the other two, this still would have been my favourite card. Yeah, I'd be a fan of Joey more, and I think just like what I talked about in the previous video with Blue Eyes, I think I'd basically be playing a generic dragon deck with Red Eyes Black Dragon as the boss monster. I think I'd still play Lord of Dragons and Flute of Summoning Dragon, but I would definitely run Red Eyes Beat Chick and Inferno Fire Blast. Maybe just one Inferno Fire Blast, in case it's a brick. And yeah, that's basically how I would play my deck. And it would be easier to play than a spellcaster one. And again, I just like dragons a lot more than spellcasters and warriors. Although I'd still have Dark Magician, Elementarius, Rainbow Neos, and Blue Eyes, but Red Eyes Black Dragon would be my favourite, and Ace Monster and a deck based around him would be my favourite and signature deck. But yeah, that's how I play it. Whether or not I do well in tournaments, I don't know. It's a tricky one. I'd like to think that I eventually win a tournament with it, even if it's one of the Pharaoh's Elite tournaments, where I'd have more of a chance of being able to do so. And I would pick up a couple of the very first structure deck we got, the one that gave us Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, and maybe and I would play 2 copies of it. I think 3 wouldn't be wise, and yeah, that would essentially be how I'd play the deck, and then it would be boosted more eventually once we got Red Eyes Wyvern and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, even though both cards were expensive and tough to get at the time. Yeah, eventually I'd pick up a play set of each, which would help out a lot, and really boost it, and the deck would run a lot more smoothly and just be easier to play. Still more so than Dark Magician decks, definitely. And I think again I'd probably eventually play some Synchros and Tuners in the deck, and some Xyzes. Big Eye would is obviously a great choice for the deck, even though that would be tough to get at first. But yeah, this would still be basically how I'd play the deck, even going into Pendulum era. But yeah, I feel like those things would still happen that would cause me to quit tournaments, but other than that, I'd be really excited about Clash of Rebellion, which gave Red Eyes some support which would boost it. I did get 2 boxes at the time, but I would try and get a whole case if I could, and try and pull all the support. And eventually I'd end up with it. Whether or not it would change my tournament record, I don't know, but I'd like to think it would. And I mean, I'd probably buy boxes or even a case of Invasion Vengeance as well, which would give us Red Eyes Insight and Meteor Black Comet Dragon. So eventually I'd get those. And then when Link Era started, I don't think the deck would have been hindered too much, which I guess was one upside of Red Eyes Fusion in a way. Even if the opponent got rid of the first fusion I'd bring out, I'd still have another Red Eyes Fusion played ready to go. Otherwise, if they can't, then I have a 3500 or 3200 beat stick just dominating the field. And then I'd get either a box or maybe even a case of Legendary Duelist 1, which gave us more Red Eyes support, including Slash Dragon. And then I'd get the miscellaneous Red Eyes stuff we'd get later on, like Red Eyes Soul and Red Eyes Meteor Dragon. But I still wouldn't try and play Dragoon. I mean, Dragoon would still be my #1 hated card in the game, because it's just OP as fuck and would give Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon decks a bad name. And knowing my luck, Dragoon fanboys or people with too much of a competitive mindset would still just give me shit for hating Dragoon and not playing it, which would still lead me to stopping doing deck profiles, followed by disabling the comments on my Red Eyes Black Dragon and Dark Magician deck profiles. Yeah, other than that, not much else would change, really. I'd still I would of course be begging for support to make Red Eyes better, and then eventually beg for support that doesn't have stupid, unnecessary drawbacks, like Red Eyes Fusion or Blackstone of Legend. I wonder if we'll get a Blackstone of Ancients eventually, just like the Whitestone of Ancients. I feel like that could be something Konami might do in the future. But yeah, that wraps that up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Catch you guys later.